And we are live. New week, new goals, new trades to be had. What is next with Bitcoin? Well, that's what I'm here on this video to promote, just to tell you what's going on. As you can see, I've got my new cap on. Just in case you didn't know, the Trading Masters, I've got a cap. I'm experimenting with some merchandise. I've got a few t-shirts on the way as well, maybe even a hoodie. And yeah, promoting the brand. So we exist to simplify the complexities of cryptocurrency and trading in general. What I'm going to do today is tell you what I'm thinking next on Bitcoin. Are we short? Are we long? Where's the price going to go? That's exactly what I'm here today for free to deliver to you guys watching in the community. So say hi in the comments. Let me know how much you enjoy the content and if you'd like me to cover any other charts. So let's get straight to it. So we've got the Bitcoin chart here. Obviously, we've had a big sell-off last night. I say big, not that big really. Nothing that we didn't see coming. It was only a 3%, but as soon as people start seeing some big red candles, you know what they're like. You know what they're like. So yeah, let's get to the charts. Let's have a look what we're dealing with, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking. So boom, let's go. So first of all, I'm going to switch over to the 8-hour chart just so I can see what's going on the medium term time frame. You can go over to the 3 daily, but really all I'm interested in right now is looking at this particular range that we're in. So I only need the medium term time frame here. So let me first draw a range parallel channel like this. What I've done, I've taken the swing low, swing high, range low, range high here. And the good news is what you can see is you can see the 0.25 nicely being respected. The 5.0 nicely being respected, and the 7.5 nicely being respected. So all that, don't ask me how the 0.25 works and the genius behind it, because I just don't know. It just works perfectly. So I always like to set out the schematics straight away on the charts when I'm going through them, just to set out what's happening. This gives me a bit of a blueprint to work to. And as you can see, it's powerful. So got my range low, local high on this 8-hour range here that goes back all the way to November 2025 when we entered this particular range. So I'm just going to take a volume pull. As you guys know, I love the volume pull. Interesting to see. So we have deviated outside of this value area, and we've fallen back into this value area high, which could suggest a failed auction back down through that pot, back down to kiss the value area low around this area, around 86.5K. And what you can also see is this previous support as well, So yeah, that's looking nice. So we've got two options here. I'm going to show you what short area I'm looking at above and what long area I'm looking at below, so you guys can follow on this particular trade. Let's get some levels up. So I'm just going to get rid of that temporarily. Let me see if I've got any naked points of controls that I can look at on this particular chart. 4-hour chart, PVP, monthly, developing, no good to me right now. Let's have a look on the weekly. Interesting. So we have, just before we lost that last night, we have a weekly naked point of control up here, which is nice. Untapped, ready for the taking. So we've got this one here. Okay, we've also got one. Interesting. So we've also got one here. Also got one there for a nice cheeky long for this support. So let's have a look, see if we've got any dailies. Daily naked points of control. Yes, we have many. So we've got daily naked point of control here. Daily naked point of control there where we lost it, which is nice and backs up what we're doing today. We've got developing just here. We have got a daily naked point of control here as well, but there's no point in putting that on there because the weekly trumps it. So we've got the weekly one there, which is great. So next thing I'm going to look for, see if we've got any monthlies, weeklies, dailies for support and resistance. No, nothing. Nice. So we've got a double whammy here. Weekly level. So let me click that there and make that where it's on the left. Perfect. Weekly, bang on the naked point of control, which is absolutely glorious. We have got another weekly here at 90k, but I'm more interested in this because I think this lines up with the bottom of our value area that we looked at previously, which is nice. So we'll have a look. Come back to that. Got daily up here, which is decent. Daily resistance. And we have got another, to back it up, another daily here, which will back that up nicely for this long trade down here. Again, not financial advice. This is just what I'm thinking. That's great. So let's move back to the 8-hour chart. As you can see, we've got some schematics going on right now. Let me see if I've got any volume levels. Let me check from the all-time high. All-time high, anchored VWAP, resistance, 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 all the way down to here, resistance. That's coming into this nice zone here. So what I'm thinking is right, let's get that back on there. Area for me, what is it? What does it measure up at? From the bottom of here to, right, okay, 3%. That's fine for a master zone. So this is our DCA buy-in zone here. This is what I'll be looking at. Of course, if you guys want to follow me into this, then that's entirely up to yourself. What I like about this, the anchored VWAP is coming straight in. So that's a nice area with naked daily, weekly points of controls, two dailies, one weekly, one daily level, and we've got range high here. So what I see potentially happening here, and I'll use the alpha as well to assist us with that, which is an indicator that we've coded to help us with situations like this. That's to move up to here. We're either going to come up to here, find resistance on these levels and work our way down for a lower high in price. Or what we may do is come up for the liquidity sweep and the anchored VWAP touch to create a higher high on price and also a lower high on the alpha. So we can see here that high liquidity sweep. Both would make sense. Both would be bearish because what we'd be looking for on the alpha, which is a volume indicator, like I say, that we've created in-house, is we can see the money flow starting to edge out of this asset. Not too encouraging. We can see we've got a bear div here. So what I'll be happy to see is that to make another lower high on the oscillator to create a bear div, that to create another higher high, liquidity sweep, and a tap of the anchored VWAP to then start making its way back down into the value area that I've shown you at the beginning of the video. And obviously we can see a bull divergence, bear divergence here, lower high on the oscillator, high on the price. That's what I'd like to see on that, if I'm honest. So that's the first one. Where would my stop loss be? Well, let's have a look. I'd like to see my stop loss. Okay, so that's 2.5%. That's not too bad. I don't even expect it to come up to here. Of course, at any given moment, you can flip that and start to make new highs. Of course you can, but you've got to be in this. This is all speculation. This is all speculation based on technical analysis. So what I'm thinking is, what I'd like is to put my stop loss above these previous lows, which will now act as resistance, and obviously above that just there as well, that wick high. What that does is it protects us, which is about 2.5%. Protects us. We're protected from this. We've got confluence of resistance for the buying area here on the short. And we've also got confluence of resistance with this anchored VWAP range high and also these previous levels of support here. So that's what I'm thinking. Where would I be expecting? I know a lot of people use this tool. To be fair, I can't stand it. It's too messy. I can use this tool here, of course, but what I like to do is I like to make it very, very simplistic for you guys. And I believe this is the best way. So what would I be expecting? I'd be expecting this for our TP area. Take profit in yellow. Red short, TP in yellow. Yellow's a happy color. It means take profit. It's lovely. So we can see I'd be expecting a move up to here, activate the short, move away back down here, and we could even come to test the range low eventually and come and take that. Maybe not. It might just come up to here and hit TP1 on this beginning of this here and then make a new all-time high. Of course it could do that, but you've got to be in it to win it. So what we'll suggest, come up to here, as we always teach in the mentorship, TP1. If we do that, if we've moved our stop loss to entry anyway, worst case scenario is we've taken profit and we'll break even on the price in terms of coming back up to entry. So that's what I'm thinking on that. Now, in terms of the long, make this a very, very short and sweet. How long have we been on now? Not been on long, have we? Is there any timer on this damn thing? There isn't, is there? I could have been on hours. Let's get back to it. I've been on about 10 minutes. Let's set up a long position. These are intraday setups. These are, what's the range between the long and the short? About 11%. So yeah, potentially a small swing trade, but for me, we're in no man's land at the moment. You don't want to trade in no man's land. You do not want to trade in no man's land. What you want to do is trade range lows, range highs. If you could easily, you could class that as a range there, that as a range high, and you could class that as a deviation. Of course you could, but I've obviously extended it higher so we can start to look at here. So I'm looking at the lows, the local lows and the local highs, and that's what's helping me come up with this good particular trade here. So let's have a look. So if I go from, I don't know, let's try the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. What we've also got just below is this golden channel. Now, not a fan of that fib pull. I'd prefer to maybe take the fib from here potentially. Let's have a look at the master levels. Yes, so we've got golden channel, platinum channel, 702 in and around this area as well. So that area from here up to here, 2.7%. I love that. All the nice Fibonacci's plus weekly level, weekly support, and weekly naked point of control along with the daily. So I'm liking this area here for a potential long. Are you often wrong, Simon? The answer is no. Have I got an ego? Most definitely not. Do I know what I'm doing? You're flipping damn right. Been doing this many, many years now. And me and my team of coaches putting out signals, trade setups like this all day, every day in the community. And we're not very often wrong. So can we be wrong? Of course we can. Do we ever get it wrong? Not very often. So let's get this down here. If you want to learn how to do this, by the way, link in the bio, join our community, 197 a month, and that'll get you working, following our trade signals in the premium as well, getting to know how we do this. So I'm thinking stop loss. Stop loss doesn't need to be too low below there, to be honest. I think stop loss, I'm happy to put it just below these lows. Don't need to take it below this low, really. If I take it below that, stop loss is too wide. Something in the bottom of this, it's only 1.5%. Let's bring it down a little bit more. Fine with that. So let's put that there. Stop loss is going there. Of course, where do I expect the price to go? Anywhere from here to range highs in terms of the TP zone. So they're my two zones that I'm interested in. If I take another volume pull, like I did at the beginning, from where we entered the range to here, as you can see, we have got the value area low here. Do I think we're coming as low as that? Potentially. Let me just reevaluate this here. I went up to here because of the golden channel. I'm thinking now I'm seeing where the actual volume is. Move that down. That makes me feel better. And if Simon feels better, that's what you want to see. So let's have a look. What is this master zone again? That's fine. Bring that out there like that. I'm thinking, that's fine. I like that there. Because what we're incorporating here, I like that better. Yes, you may get a move down to this golden channel that was sitting on that 50. You may get a little bounce, but I think you're going to create a lower high. And I think you're coming down for the real bad boy that it really wants. These naked levels here for a potential bounce, or better yet, for a tap of that value area low. Why this? I think this is a prime target here down at 86.5 because we said that at the beginning, didn't we? Because of these lows here, that juicy liquidity down there and also that liquidity there. We bring that stop loss below those lows there. That's a safer trade. I like that trade better. And then obviously what we're looking for a potential bounce off this. I move up to here, whatever it decides to do, then come back down. Once we break back into this value area high, we're then going to work our way down to this value area low. You've obviously got a little bounce here, but that there would be a decent trade. Don't trade the noise in the middle. Trade the range highs, the range lows. Hope that helps. Like I say, link in bio. Go into the description of this video if you're watching me on YouTube. Join the community. It's amazing to have you. Before I pop off, I'm definitely going to show you what we've been up to in the Discord. So just bear with me a second. Fantastic. So this is what we've been up to today. So you can see that people have been winning. But I'm not even interested in showing you our client success because that's all day, every day. It's just flipping loads of it. What I'm more interested in showing you is our track record here. Simon's updates, you can see here. These are the updates that we've been seeing. So we've been calling all of these ups and downs, etc. Where are you? I predicted that my hole would get filled. Just here. Read what you want into that. We hit it perfectly to the dollar. I said we'd come up to here and then work our way down. Never came up to the anchored VWAP, but the hole was insinuating all the way around here. We've had a 6.3. So we caught the top of that. We had a short setup here on these Fibonacci's that I've designed for range trading. And then we've obviously, since we hit that hole bang on to the dollar, we've come down all the way down to here. That was one of the trades. As you can see, that's me demonstrating that the hole was filled. This was the before. This was the after. Bosh, bosh, bosh. There's the short that I said that we caught perfectly. Another one down here. We can see this was the before on Bitcoin. That was the setup before. This was the after. We came up to the actual 1, 2 bounces, and then we came down and made a 10.7% move into our take profit zone. Down here, we can see this was a long that was settled quite a bit ago, to be honest. Previous range, all the good levels of confluence here, just down into here. As you can see, a nice 17% move. We called it full sweep of the master zone. Bounced off the range val, found support on the daily, worked its way up, higher low, 17% move. The list just goes on. BTC long results, another trade. You can see there, 12.9%. We're getting this right day in, day out. And you'll see I said here, right at the very bottom, I haven't posted any losses of the trades on here because there aren't any. We've had such a tremendous couple of weeks here at the Trading Masters. And obviously I'm giving our clients updates as well every single day. So yeah, we're just having fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this update. I've just popped on for 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, gave you a bit of an update of what we are looking at Bitcoin. We're not cocky. We're not ego. We just love what we do. We're very, very good at what we do. We're nice, cool, calm, and collected with the charts. And yeah, these are the results that we get. So like I say, links in the bio. If you want to join, come join us for $197 a month. Nice, easy peasy. Speak to you soon. Have a great evening.